We had an architect who was going to make up some plans and cost it all for us. But then Larry was made redundant, if you remember, and all the money went on buying new stock for the business. Right. He's still doing that then, is he? The used cars? I saw that big old Chevy when he were... Yes, well, he says that's what he's doing. I'm not sure he's not up to something else, though, from what he was implying. Something else? Something a bit, dodgy. All right. I just hope it's not drugs. Of course not. We don't want any of that round here. He's been living in Donny, with that Cheryl. Doncaster? Oh, right. No, I didn't know. But she's kicked him out, I'm guessing. Really? Oh, yes. I'll bet he's been playing the field again and she found out. I don't know for sure. I'm just guessing from things he said. Silly man. There's a lot of drugs in Doncaster, Oh, right. No, I didn't know. Yes, an awful lot. And gangs. It's like New York. All the gangs wanting to be top gang, Never thought of Donny being like New York, I must admit. Oh, it is. Lots of drugs and guns and murders. It's a hot shot. Is it? Well, I never. I see a little red van pull up in the street with the words "In a Jiffy" written on the side and a big picture of a key. The driver gets out. It's a woman. I try not to be, but I'm a bit surprised, I must admit. Oh, it's a woman, I say. Well, why shouldn't it be? Says Glynis. She sounds a little bit defensive. No reason. There's no reason why a woman can't do any job, Alec. I know. I'm just a bit surprised, that's all. Well, you'll be glad enough when she lets you into your house, won't you? I will, Glynis, I will. I suppose I'm just a bit old-fashioned. Sexist, Lisa would say. I'm not sexist, it still takes me by surprise a little bit when things like this happen. But, I'm all for it, don't get me wrong. I think women should be able to do what they like. And besides, if she can get me in, I'll be very grateful. I go out of Glynis's front door just as the woman's going up my path. Hello, love, she says. This your house, is it? It is, yes. Locked myself out, didn't I? Looks like it, she says. Have you got any ID? ID? No. Have you? She flashes a laminated card on a strap round her neck. Keisha Hawley, it says, with a number and the same logo. Right. What, like a passport or something? Passport, driver's licence, anything you can show me that it's your house and you're who you say you are. Well, no, I don't think I have. It's all in the house. I didn't think to bring any ID with me when I was saying goodbye to my daughter. It's just for security, love. You wouldn't want me letting any old person in your house, would you? No, I suppose not. But it makes no difference. I haven't got any. Well, I tell you what, I'll get you in, and then you can show me some, okay? All right, I say, fair enough. She goes back to her van and gets her tools out and then sets to work. I'll have to take the lock off, but I can fit you a new one, and I won't damage the door, don't worry. I should hope not, I say a bit under my breath. I'd offer you a cup of tea, but I can't get in my kitchen. Back door's locked as well, is it? Oh, of course it is. I wouldn't have called you out else. No, of course not, she says. It takes her 12 minutes altogether to get the old lock out and fit a new one. I must say it is impressive. It'd have taken me all day and a half. That's fabulous, I tell her, as she stows her stuff back in the van. How much do I owe you? Oh, well, usual call-out fee is £75. Then the cost of the lock, and that'll be £108 plus VAT. You get 2 keys with it, all right. How much? £108 plus VAT. They'll calculate the VAT when they ring. It's 20%, so whatever that is. 20%? So, what? Oh, £129.60. Wow, that was quick, she says. Bloody hell. I'll have to write you a cheque. I don't have that sort of money lying around. Oh no, we don't take cheques anymore. They'll ring you as soon as I'm done. So you get your card ready and they'll take a payment over the phone. I can't just give you a cheque. And I remember I can't find my chequebook anyway. Right, I say, well, Thanks for coming out. Do you still want to see my ID? Oh, don't worry. I think you're all right. You don't exactly look like housebreaker type. Well, I'll take that as a compliment, I suppose. She laughs. I'll be on my way then. Thanks, love. And she gets back in her cab. She's sat there for a few moments doing something on a tablet thing, and then she drives off. Almost as soon as she's gone, I can hear the phone ringing in the house. It's the person I spoke to earlier for the money. So I gave her the details of my card, and she says she'll email me a receipt. You'll have a job, I tell her. So she says she'll print it out and pop it in the post. £129.60, just because I didn't pick up my keys off the key tray. Whatever will it be next? So anyway, I take the new keys and I put them on the key tray instead. The old one is just there where I left it, of course. What an idiot. It's no good to anyone now, I suppose. Can't quite believe it. What should I do with them now then, Jill? We've had them since we moved in. Haven't we, Jill? So I just pop them on the key tray next to the new ones. Well, I can't just throw them away. You can't throw keys away. It's not right. I go through to the kitchen and find the plastic bag Lisa's brought with the multimeter in it. There's a big bar of Cadbury's whole nut in there too. She's such a good girl. I crack it open straight away and break off a strip. Then I pull the multimeter out and put it on the table. Dan's put in the instruction booklet too, which is useful. I'm a bit rusty. So I'm just flicking through when there's a little click behind me. Just a little click coming from the back door. I turn and look, thinking it's maybe Glynis wanting something, but no. The back door is blown open. What? I checked that. I was out in the garden and I know it was locked. I know it for certain. This is getting beyond a joke. Suddenly the hairs go up on the back of my neck again. I know it was locked. I could see the key in the door from the outside. I tested the handle several times. And anyway, I always keep it locked. Jill did, and now I do. I remember the trouble I'd had with it before when Glynis was there. How it had been open when I got back from her house on Saturday. I'm piecing it together. I can still feel goose flesh on my arms. There must be a reasonable explanation. There must be. Just something wrong with the catch. That's the only way to account for it. Probably just what isn't functioning as it should. It's probably fixable with a quick spray of WD-40. Perhaps I should get her back. Ask her to do the back door and lock too. But at that price, maybe not. I'm quite agitated by it all. I can feel my heart bashing away in my chest. Taste a bit of heartburn in my mouth. I sit on the kitchen stool for a moment and take a few deep breaths. And I walk over and get a glass of water. That helps a little. Calm yourself down, Alec. You're not going mad. Think sensible things, right? Well, I tell myself, I really don't want to be bothering with any of this nonsense at this particular moment. I want to try and sort out the loco upstairs, so I go over to the door and I shut it and I lock it and I check it again and I pull at the handle really hard. It's definitely locked. There are no two ways about it. Definitely. I take the key out of the lock. I'm thinking, goodness knows why, that leaving it in it is asking for trouble. It makes no sense. No sense at all.